See how that really seriously looks like my skin tone. From oil and very matte, just like my under. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Tommy and I specialize in soft makeup. Today we are going to be talking about school makeup, and I will be showing you the most effective and fast way to get your makeup done for school. But before we continue this video, I just want to say that I changed my setting. I changed my filming settings. If you watched my last video, like the setting is kind of different because I was actually disturbed by the sun the last time, so today's gonna be quite different. So let me know in the comments what you think about this change of filming settings. But with no further ado, let's just get right into the video. I'm gonna start first by applying setting powder on my eyebrows to reduce shine and oil. I'm using my setting powder from Maybelline Fit Me New York. Maybelline New York Fit Me setting powder, and I'm using the shade 310. Next, I'm going to be going in my eyebrow gel. I'm using the Mary Kay Brow Gel, Clear Brow Styling Gel. I'm going to be using this pulley to kind of counteract my eyebrows, and this really just makes sure that the gel actually coats my eyebrow, and I'm very sure that when I go out during the day, everything is going to be set and nothing is moving at all. So this is a tip that you have to know. I'm going to be doing this other side as well, and you can see that I'm taking my time to get this done. I'm going to be going upwards, making sure that I'm getting my brows, and my brows are literally different from each other. Like, you can literally tell, like, this side of my brows is like the problematic child. I always have so much problem with these brows, but I got it. Nothing is going to be a problem. So I'm going to decide here. Once I get like this dryness from my brows, I'm just going to use just any of my brushes that I've got to press on these brows. And this is actually the trick to give this really fluffy, Gen Z kind of brow. So make sure you press it, and you can see this would stay well. Next, I am going to be using my brush from Mary Kay as well. This is the eyebrow eyeliner double brush. I'm going to be using the eyebrow out part of the brush. I'm going to be using this brush to slightly give my brows definition and nothing too crazy. And now you can see how like kind of natural but well set my brows are. I'm going to go into my eye area and just kind of set my dark circles, because I've got dark circles. The best color from my skin tone is going to be orange, and I'm going to be using the LA Colors Conceal It. This is in the shade CC561 orange, basically. So I'm going to be applying this just a little bit on my eye area, just around this corner, my eyelid as well. I'm just going to go straight into blending this out. I'm not going to leave it in at all. I'm going to be using my concealer blending brush here, and I'm going to just start off by blending out this side of my eye. I'm going to be using this brush lightly and just tapping it on my skin. I'm not dragging a lot. I'm just trying to just tap on my skin and make sure that everything is all good and set. You can actually see the difference from this side of my face and this side of my face. So my skin, my eye area actually looks more like my skin on this side of my eye than this side of my eye. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend in the second area. Next, I'm going to be prepping my skin, and this is the most important part, because for school makeup you want to make sure that you're going very simple and you're not doing too much. One thing I'm going to say is do not use foundation. No, that is just too much for a school makeup. I'm going to be using a beauty balm, and this is from Thread Face It Complexion Stick. I'm going to be putting this in my description below, so make sure to check it out. And this is in the shade 110 medium golden. Yes. And all you have to do is just open it up and just gonna be applying a generous amount on my face. And just here. I usually apply just a little on my forehead, but absolutely nothing too crazy. And just a little on my nose, and that is it. You can see this is how I'm just going to be applying. Nothing too serious, just something simple. So this is the foundation brush. I'm just going to be dabbing this on my skin. And like I said earlier, you can see how I'm doing this. I am just applying really like just tapping on my skin. I am not dragging. Do not drag in the morning when you go in. Just keep tapping till everything sinks into your skin. Forehead, I'm just going to be using this side of the brush to kind of get it in there. So I'm just going to be tapping just a little so it doesn't like hit my brows. I'm going to be tapping this. So don't use like the whole brush to kind of like hit there. Especially for me, I have like a little forehead. So yeah, I really have to use like that side of the brush. So make sure that you are looking at that and making sure that you're very mindful of that area. And one thing that I'm really very cautious of is a beauty balm that I'm using. I'm always making sure that it is the same as my skin tone, because for this kind of makeup, it's not something that I can manipulate a lot since I'm just enhancing my skin and my features. So make sure that you're very mindful of that. Next, I am going to be going in with my concealer. I'm going in with my L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear. It's in the shade Honey 415. So I'm going to be adding just a little bit, and I'm going to be just applying it on this area of my face. As you can see, like I know like most of the videos that we see in recent times, they always apply the concealer like right in the middle here. I believe that this is way too much, and you're not supposed to apply your concealer at that area because it just kind of get things messy, and we don't want that. Especially if we're going to school in the morning, we don't want to be doing that in the morning. So we're just going to apply it just on this area of the face, and I'm going to just applying a little bit here and here, and that's it. I'm going to apply a little bit on my mouth as well and on my nose, and that is the only places I'm going to be applying my concealer for today. So please take note of this. You're not going to be doing too much, or like the regular areas that you apply your concealer like for a full glam makeup. These are the only areas that I've seen that actually works and is fast and it's very efficient in the morning. I'm not going to be letting this concealer dry out. I'm just going to be going in like straight in into blending. I usually use different techniques for my blending, especially on my concealer, but this today I'm going to be using the same brush that I used for my corrector, and that is a concealer blending brush. I'm going to be using this brush, and I'm going to start off with my mouth area. And one thing that I'm also going to repeat again is just like light hands. Honestly, like don't do too much, don't be stressed, tension out, and just kind of go in gently and just kind of disperse it around as you go. I'm going to be going up to my eye area. Using my brush to gently blend in the concealer, you can see how I'm using a tap and stroke, so I'm not smudging my concealer along my face because that would create a not a beautiful look. So the residue on my brush, I'm using it on my forehead, on my nose, and also my chin. And for my nose, I kind of went into the corners of my nose to make sure that I am not leaving anything behind. Next, I am going into setting powder, and I'm going to be using the Maybelline New York Fit Me setting powder in the shade 310. And also going in with my powder puff, I'm going to be dabbing a little bit my powder puff into my setting powder and just dabbing it on my hand. And this really creates a very smooth, seamless effect when it's on my face. And you can see in the video, just the one tap on my face really created this seamless look. I didn't need to do too much. Just one tap, and it was as seamless as you can see. So that is the secret to getting a very high-end look for your under eye. Repeating the same technique to my other under eye, I'm going to be applying my setting powder on my upper lip area, chin area, my nose, and my forehead as well. But for my chin and my forehead, I'm not going to be dabbing again into my setting powder. I will be using the residue on my powder puff to set these areas, just because it keeps everything in proportion and doesn't make my chin or forehead as matte as my under eye area. Next, I am going to be going into my eye area, and I'm going to be setting my eye using my eyeshadow. I'm going to be using Milani Ungilded Most Loved Matte, and honestly, this is a very good palette. It's a very matte palette, which that's my favorite kind of look most times. So I'm going to be going in to set my eye area, but I'm not going to be adding any color. And honestly, if you want to go ahead and do that on your own, you can do that. But for me, it's in the morning. Like I said, it's school makeup and I'm not going to be doing too much, but I'm going to be getting into a color that looks very natural and very brown and just like my skin tone. So I'm going to be using this shade, the Salty Caramel, and this is actually the one that looks much more like my skin tone. Going in with my blending brush, as you can see, I've been using this for my school, like I said. So I'm going to be going in with this blending brush and just tapping a little bit in and applying just generously, and you can see how that really seriously looks like my skin tone. And I just love to set it. I mean, some people, you can go ahead and leave it if you want to, but I just think that the corrector most times actually creases out, and that might look ugly during the day, so I always try to avoid that. And that's why I applied my natural looking eyeshadow just to kind of make it set. And so you can see the difference in this side and that side of my eye. I always try to look out for creasing. So if you see that the corrector is being like it's creasing out already, make sure to blend that out. Right now, there is nothing there that I can see. I'm just going to go ahead and apply my eyeshadow generously. And that looks pretty good to me. And I love that. I'm just going to add it again. And the funniest thing is, in this palette, this is actually the one that I've used so far. Like the rest look very like I've never used it. So, but in this palette, I'm going to be trying more in this palette as time goes on. But like for now, that is what I am using. Next, I'm going to go into my face and just kind of setting my face and making sure that nothing is moving during the day. I'm going to be doing a mix match. I'm going to be using my Mary Kay, and this is the translucent loose powder, and I'm going to be using the E.L.F. Aloe Glow setting powder, and this is in the shade medium. Yeah, this is in the shade medium, so I'm going to mix matching these two together. I'm going to be using my palm for this. Sometimes I use like anything literally, but I'm just going to be using my palm today. I'm just going to be adding a little bit of the E.L.F. onto my hand, and then going in with my Mary Kay translucent powder and just adding a little bit on there. Going in with my all face powder brush. This is just like a very fluffy, it has like a wide surface area. It's just good for like all of your face. I'm going to be using this brush and just mixing this together and applying like a generous amount on my face. And this really just makes sure that where I didn't apply my Maybelline Fit Me setting powder on my face is actually looking as shooted from oil and very matte, just like my under eye, my chin, and just the rest of the places where I applied my setting powder. I'm just going to be going in and just applying the powder on my neck. But that's it. So next I will be going into my eyelashes. I'm going to be curling my lashes first. Going in with my mascara, I'm going in with the Mary Kay Ultimate Mascara, and this is just like my everyday kind of every look kind of mascara because it goes well with everything. Just applying a generous amount. And honestly, sometimes I do not apply mascara because this look is just so flawless. Most times it's like I don't want to make my lashes look like I'm putting anything on at all. So sometimes I don't even put mascara on, but I mean, honestly, this just really improves your eye area. So I would advise that you put it on for like most days. My lashes also are really, really short. So like I don't know if y'all can see it like in the camera, but in reality you can see it. But just make sure that you apply generous amount and go from there. So next I am going into my bronzer and my blush, and sometimes I kind of interchange with this two. Sometimes I go in with just my blush and sometimes I go in with just my bronzer in the morning, but today I'm going to be just using both of them so y'all can see how I apply this and how you can also do it for yourself as well. I'm going in with my bronzer first. I'm using the NYX Professional Makeup Buttermelt Bronzer, and this is how it is. I'm using the shade Butter Off and BMB05. This is it. And I literally actually love this product because of the smell. Like, it smells like butter, okay? It smells like I'm in a bakery or something. It smells amazing. So going in with my contour brush. This is a contour or bronzer blush. You can just see how you can get yours, but this is it. I already used this and that's why it's a little bit brown, but I'm just going to be going in a little bit and tap in just a little. Tapping a little bit off to take off excess. I'm going to be going into this side of my face. So I'm not going like under here where you usually apply your contour. This is going to be another lesson for another day, but I'm going to be applying it just here and making sure. And you can just see how this side of my face looks more like contoured, like there's something there on this side than this side of my face. So that just really gives a little bit of, if you're in the mood for bronzer that day, I would just say like go for it. But I'm always in the mood for bronzer most of the days. So a bit, I'm applying a little bit on my forehead as well. I'm going to be applying just a little bit on my chin, just so because sometimes the sun hits that area and it just looks very beautiful. I'm also just going to be using the same brush to kind of just brush in my nose, and give it just that brown shade. I usually don't like apply like the usual way that I would, just because it's really beautiful when I apply it this way. I'm just going to be applying it there, and there you have it. Very simple and very natural. I am using the Pacifica Duo blush and highlighter palette, and this is from Pacifica, but I actually really love this palette because it's really good for like natural pink kind of look for black skin tone. If you're black skin or brown skin tone, this is really good to give you that kind of, that, I don't know how to say, but that pink um blushy look that you're looking for. This really gives that. So I'm going to just be using my all face brush. Oh my goodness, this is too far. This is so much. And just tapping a little bit and smiling just to make sure that I'm putting it in the right place, especially if you're beginner as well. Make sure you're smiling and just kind of like hitting this pouch side of your face. And you can see how that really gives like a curve to my face. Love it. Going in with my Bobbi Brown blush in the shade Poppy. This is how it looks like, but I'm just gonna tap a little bit, and this is a little bit much more deeper than the other blush. Oh my gosh, guys, brush and blush is a thing. So I'm just going to be applying this on the higher temple of my cheek, just to kind of give that gradient. I'm using the same brush just because it kind of like mixes well once you use it like for a week. Also wash your brush every week, by the way. So I'm just going to be doing that. And you can see how that really just like falls into place, and it looks like it's the same blush, but though I used two different blushes, so keep note of that. Next, I am going into my lip. I'm going to be using this lip liner. I think this really just completes my look, and I just like, woo, this is it. But I am going to be going in with this lip pencil. This is actually from Nigeria, so I really don't know where you can get this, but one thing I would recommend, one lip liner that I could recommend for like everyday kind of look, is NYX lip liner. They're really good, and they really bring out the color of your lips. So, but this is what I'm going to be using today. Actually, I need to sharpen it. So I am going to be going in and just applying this seriously. And this really just gives a really cool tone, shade to my lips, this pencil. And I would suggest that everybody also do the same. Just getting a cool tone lip liner, it's really like good, especially if you're actually warm tone. It actually just really complements the whole look, honestly. But yeah, just go in and line your lips. And see, I'm gently doing this and following my lip for like, like a really like glam look. There's actually a way that I apply that on my lip liner, but for like school makeup, I just gonna go, just gonna go. But yeah. I also actually go into my inner lip area. As you can see, I'm just kind of like creating a contour look with this inner side of my lip, and that actually just kind of bring your lips together. And I just love to do that. Okay. Once I'm done lining my lip, I usually just go into my highlighter. I just kind of play around with this. Sometimes I do my blush and then my highlighter. Sometimes I just do my lips and just kind of see how this look is coming together. I actually do my lip liner. I apply my lip liner because I want to see how this look is coming together. So, but I actually like this look. Love it. So I'm just going to go in with my highlighter. I'm using the highlighter from the oh my gosh, Pacifica. It's a lot of words, but I'm going to be using this highlighter. And for my girls that are like warm toned, this is actually beautiful and just really nice for you. And I just love the fact that it's not so opaque. It's a little bit translucent. It just kind of gives this natural light finish. So why not? So I am going in with my flat brush, and this is actually great for you as well, especially if you're a beginner in makeup. This actually gives you exactly where you're supposed to apply your makeup. So I'm just going to be rubbing it a little bit on my brush and then applying it. And y'all can see that beautiful, you can see that glow. Like this side, not so much. I mean, the light is kind of giving me that, that look, but here it's like just really golden and really transparent, but you can just really tell the glow. So I'm gonna apply another one here as well. And look at that. Oh my gosh, I really love this highlighter. It is, yeah, it is like, yeah, I just love it. So transparent, so simple. And I'm going to be using my hands next and just rubbing a little bit on my hands. As you can see, we're just dabbing a little bit too on this side of my hand and just going into my nose area and just applying. As you can see, I'm not joining it together. It's not coming together. So I apply a little bit on my bridge and then on the tip of my nose. And I just kind of go from there. And I sometimes actually do this, but not really like all the time. But just to kind of give myself like extra glow, I go to the side of my eye here. I just kind of like swipe in like a little bit of highlighter, and this just really makes like this whole side. You can see how it comes together and really looks very beautiful. I just kind of do that, just to give that glow, like when I'm under the sun and I'm walking. So I'm just gonna apply that there, and apply another on my forehead. This is just very little. You see, like a little goes a long way. You can just see the transfer. Oh my gosh. I love this. I love this look. So I'm just going to be using the residue. I'm not going to be adding any more. I'm just going to be adding that on my chin. That just kind of gives that glow down there. So yeah, that is the only place that I'll be applying highlighter today. But I just remembered, sometimes I actually do apply in the inner corner of my eye, and I'm going to be doing that today. So I just kind of show you guys, you know, right now you can see like there's nothing. It looks absolutely chic. It looks absolutely natural and beautiful. But if you just want to be extra, you can also add a little bit at the inner corner of your eye. Going in with this pencil, and this is like a really pencil-like brush. I'm going to be just tapping a little bit, tapping this off, and then going in here. It's kind of like following my waterline, like under there, bringing it under and on top as well. It's kind of following that. You know, this looks, my eye kind of looks glowier than the other side of my eye. I'm going to be applying it as well to the other side. So just down there. And then bringing it here, and you can see that glow. And honestly, you can intensify this highlighter as much as you want to, but I would just advise that you don't do it too much, because then it looks weird when you go out. Like, it looks like you're doing too much, and we don't want that. I'm just gonna be putting that there. Can you see that glow? Yes, I can, and I love it. A good way to really keep your lips moisturized throughout the day is applying a moisturizer beneath your lip gloss or your lipstick. So today I am going to be applying the Mary Kay Moisturizing Lip Balm and just setting my lips and using this. I see it as a primer, so I always have to apply this. But going into my lip gloss, I'm applying the LA Colors Lip Gloss, Clear Sheer Lip Gloss, and honestly guys, I love this lip gloss. It's been my ride and die since being a freshman. So I'm applying this seamlessly on my lips. I don't apply too much so it doesn't get too gluey. Next, I am going into my setting, and I just want to lock the look and keep everything fresh all day. So I am going in with my E.L.F makeup mist and set, and just letting this dry off a little bit, and we are good to go. School is up and we are ready because our makeup is good to go. Thank you so much guys for watching this video today. I hope you learned one or two things, and if you did, please don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and also set up your notification bell for more videos that all come in. Also, if you have anything to comment on, or just anything at all, please let me know in the comments below. If you tried this look, please let me know in the comments below. But other than that guys, that is everything that I have for you guys today, and I will see you in my next video.